of the reading for February 13 because I ended up with an issue with my computer. It ran out of memory and then it started shutting everything down. So if you want to know the first part, go back there. Just quick reminder, this is by Eugene Holden. He's writing this month's daily guides, and he'd entitled this one Touching All. So if you want the first part of this, then go for it. However, we're going to get the whole reading. The other was my introduction. So if you want to get that, just go back to the previous video. So here we are. Ernest Holmes said, we are strong only when united with life. In other words, when we know where we come from. That's from the Science of Mind textbook. And this is what Eugene says. Believe it or not, beautiful people, he's talking to you, your presence touches all. You are an energetic manifestation of the One. Now, you may not believe this, but your belief doesn't change it. Your presence makes a difference. The world would not be the same without you. Without you, there would not be that person who is your child. Without you, the work you do would remain undone. Yes, my beloveds, your presence touches all. What you think, what you say, and what you do ripples right out into the world. When you walk into a room and say hello, your vibration touches people. How cool is that? To embrace this truth is to embrace the reality that you are the infinite presence of the divine, bumping up against all the other infinite beloveds of the divine. Now, some of you may believe you don't make a difference in the world. He says, let me tell you, my beautiful brothers and sisters, you do. Your very presence makes a difference in the world. The world needs what you have to give, and what is it that you are to give? You are to give of yourself. There are gifts and talents within you wanting and waiting to be shared with the world. And what makes a gift? Giving it away. Okay, well, that's obviously self-evident, the last part, that a gift by definition is something that you give away, otherwise it wouldn't be a gift. This isn't something new that you've heard from either me or from him, actually. It's something that's repeated, and the reason is to instill into people the idea that they, each and every one of you has got something to offer, and you may not know what that is. And we keep repeating this because we're encouraging everybody to look inside themselves and see what it is that they have to give to the world. And it may be something small. You know, a child smiling at someone, smiling at, say, an older person who's feeling down, might make that older person feel so good about themselves. And in turn, somebody else, seeing that smile on the older person's face, feels good about themselves. And so it kind of ripples throughout the world. And there are simple examples, but they're important. Every little good act is invaluable. You know, one of my bosses used to be cynical. He was my colleague, and then he was my boss, and then he was my colleague again. He was really cynical. He used to say, no good deed goes unpunished, but that's the opposite way of looking at the world. Ultimately, every good deed is rewarded in some way, shape, or form. Small, large, we don't know. But the whole point of this message today is the fact that every single one of us is important. Every single one of us has got something to do that nobody else can do, even if it's only minutely different. Nobody is alone in not having a gift to give to the world. That's really all I got to say. I did start looking up about shadow integration, and I think I didn't get a chance to read about it, but I think what she's talking about is integrating the shadow side of ourself into the rest of ourself. I've got to read a bit further into that, but I assume that's what she's talking about. So I apologize for the interruption. Don't know why it's happened. It's never happened before. It must have just been a fluke because I really didn't have all that many things open on my computer. I don't know why. It's got plenty of memory. And even when I looked at when it was saying it was out of memory, it didn't look like it should have been. So just one of those things. It's a fluke. So what's the affirmation to end all this? I'm God's gift to the world. I am God's gift to the world. Choose another word if you don't like God. I radiate love and live from a place of joy. I radiate love and I live from a place of joy. So between the two videos, that's the whole thing for today, February the 13th, 2025. I'll be back tomorrow around about 5. Look out for Reverend Lisa tomorrow morning around about 9:15. And for the rest of the day and tomorrow, please look after yourselves. You're important. You are needed. And I'll see you next time. Namaste.